Hello and a very warm welcome back to Huw's Nursery. I really wanted to create a video to show you a bit about what's going on in the garden and give you basically a bit of an update of what I'm growing. Now the thing is, I'm filming almost everything that's going on, but because I want to show the whole process when I do the how-to tutorials, it means that I may have, I think it's about 10 videos on the go at the moment, but I have to wait a few months before I can begin releasing them because I want to show you exactly all the steps from sowing to harvesting and vice versa. I'm also working on a few videos which don't require months of process to film, so stay tuned for a few of those, and there's one coming out very soon which I'm really excited about, where I'm trialling a new method, basically where I'm trying to adapt one way of growing food to see how we can use it in a UK climate. So what's been happening on the veg front? Well, quite a lot actually. I've got about 50 tomato plants on the go. I decided to go with 6 different varieties, and the thing is with tomatoes is that we can probably only fit about 12 to 18 tomatoes in our solar tunnel. I've also got a range of different vegetables for salad on the go. We've got rocket, radish, peas for shoots, also got a few different types of lettuce, and what I'm really trying to do is utilize the space that I have at the moment. So with the planting plan that I've developed, I've realized that there were some spaces and I really want to fill these spaces with fast growing crops. But because we've had a really cold winter, and I believe it snowed about 4 times in total, which is almost unreal, as well as crazy snow drifts, it means that everything is set back probably 2 weeks to a month than how it usually is, and that's quite a challenge because there's a few things that I've really wanted to get going, but I've actually had to wait and be patient. And that's the whole thing about growing food, is knowing about timing. If you do it too early, you risk losing it. If you do it too late, you risk it not reaching maturity. But I'm not too worried because there are loads of vegetables, for example peas and broad beans, where you can sow over a few different months, so it really doesn't matter too much, and at least things are beginning to grow, and I'm also getting things in the ground. For example, the broad beans. I decided to grow broad beans using toilet rolls this time because even though they aren't as deep as root trainers, I can get them for free from a local hotel. Now I know a few people who don't like to use toilet rolls for their broad beans, but after using it and just transplanting them out actually earlier today, I think that even though they do create a long tap root which comes out, it's still very usable and it's easy to transplant because you simply dig a hole, put the whole thing in, and that's it. I'm really pleased that today I managed to plant out the second early seed potatoes. So we've got British Queen, Kestrel and Annabelle, and those will hopefully provide us with a lot of food. Now you might notice that I'm using the dig method, but don't worry, I'm also using the no dig method of growing potatoes, but that again is in that experimental video which is coming out very soon. Another thing I want to trial this year, because last year we braved it with garlic, so this year we want to try it with onions because we have had real problems with disease growing these 2 vegetables. So I've managed to get some onion sets and I've put them in individual modules, and these are all beginning to sprout now, so it'll be really interesting to see if this year we might have a success and whether using sets versus seeds is a better way of growing onions here. I've also got 3 different varieties of leeks sown, and leeks are one of the vegetables where it's actually really important that you get the timing right. As in, it's better to do it earlier than later, especially if you have a climate like ours where the summers aren't that warm, so it doesn't give them much time to develop if you put them in late. The next thing for the vegetable garden is to make sure that I do a lot of direct sowing. For example, beetroot and keltis, as well as parsnips. I really want to get these in so I can begin harvesting and looking to see if we can do succession planting. And succession is another goal I have of this year. So where the first earlies are going, I'm hoping to put in chicory, endive and chard to see if we can make the most of the limited climate that we have. that's basically a brief overview of what's going on in the garden, and something that I'm really looking forward to is having some fresh pea shoots, hopefully in about a week or two. And I tried a bit of rocket earlier. It's not ready yet, but I tried a bit and it was so good to have a bit of flavour of spring, and that was the first thing that I ate which was sown in the garden this year. So it's really getting exciting. Everything's really cranking up. It's getting to that stage where it is basically all systems go, but I love it because I don't have exams this year and I can really focus on growing food and showing you exactly how to do the same at your home. And if you do enjoy my content and you want to support the show, you're very welcome to give a donation, which will be put straight back into the videos that I create, and you can find out exactly how to do it with a link in the video description. So thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Goodbye.